Hi guys, my name is Victor. Welcome to BlockForge. And in this channel, our goal is simple, okay, to bridge the gap between developers and resources. Okay, we want to be able to give developers and beginners in Web3 development enough resources to be able to land their first job, to be able to upscale their portfolio and have projects to add on their portfolio, and to be able to call themselves um, blockchain developers out there. So our goal is very simple. Okay, so we are bridging the gap between Web3 and developers. Okay, via resources. Okay, so if you're a developer or you know someone that is, this is the best channel for you. So try as much as possible to subscribe to this channel and turn on the bell notification and follow this course as fast as you can. Okay, so having said that, let's talking about constants, we're talking about variables, we're talking about shadowing in Rust programming language. And so as the name implies, these are the core fundamentals of Rust programming language. And as I said previously, we are following this route because we want to be able to start from. We don't want to assume anything. Actually, we don't want to assume that you should know the basics or you should not know the basics. No, we don't want to assume that. Okay, you want to start take you hands on from the basic to the advanced level of it. Okay, so we don't want to assume that you should know this or you should know. No. So you want to be able to take you one hands on, okay, one step at a time. So we still talk about move programming language as we finish this Rust programming language. Okay, so I will be building projects, amazing projects along the way. Believe me, the projects are mind blowing. Okay, so try as much as possible to subscribe and stay tuned. So subscription and turning on the bell notification will help you be notified on time when we drop amazing videos like this. So let's dive into the video proper. um First thing we'll do on this is for you to go to your terminal. Okay, go to your command line terminal, any of those. Okay, and just create a new folder. Yeah, so in our first tutorial we created a folder that will have all the folders we will be working with. So I'll route to that folder and call it projects. So then here I'll just create a new folder. So I'll just do cargo. This is a naming convention to create a new folder, the same way you write mkdir dir. So cargo new, just I'll name it something const conshad, just something random. I don't have strength to actually copy type this. I just copy it and just cd, I just do this, and this is go. I just do code to open it in my IDE. So I'm opening this in my own IDE. So if you're convenient, also guys, you can still do this in your IDE. Okay, open your IDE terminal and run this command line. Okay, you can still run this in your IDE. Anyone that suits you best, you can actually do it. So I'm just doing it like this so that we can be able to, because we've been following this pattern for a while. Okay, going to our terminal and just run it, then route us back to our IDE to continue the process. So maybe in our next video we'll just go to our VS Code directly and just start up everything, so that I'll teach you us how to run that with the VS Code directly. Okay, so remember, as I said earlier, we don't want to assume anything at all. We won't actually assume anything. We won't assume that we know. Okay, so this is just a beginner course from the beginning to the advanced level. Okay, so in our last video, I think I talked about this, what this target and cargo.lock means. So I'll just increase this so that you'll be able to see what we are doing. So I'm writing to our main.ros file. So let me just increase this. Okay, yeah, I hope it's much more clearer. It should be clearer. Actually, it should be clearer. So what we will do is to wipe out this. So we'll be talking about variables, constants, and shadowing in Rust. Okay, these are the three things we'll be talking about in today's video. So we start from this. So what is variables actually? Okay, so variables are a way we store data in a program. Okay, so we use variable to store data. Okay, we use variable to store values. We use variables to store data in a running program in Rust. Okay, so that's what basically variables are for. And in Rust we have two types of variables. We have immutable and mutable variables, mutable variables, and we will talk about this. And so variables are being declared using the let keyword. Okay, for you to declare a variable, you have to use the let keyword to declare a variable. And in Rust, that's how we declare variables here. Okay, does that make sense? Fine. So I want to declare a variable now in Rust, and the first thing we have to do is to use the let keyword. We're using the let keyword to declare a variable in Rust. So I'll just name this x, and x will be equal to 6. Okay, so and by the way, this in Rust is actually a type annotation. Okay, we can explicitly add this in Rust. Okay, we can explicitly add this. So yes, if this is an intentional prefix, is without an underscore. Okay, we'll still go back to this later. So now let me run this. Let me open my terminal and let me just run this. Print ln, print ln, let the x has a value of x. So cargo run. So this is the value. It gave us the value of 6. So the x has a value of 6. Okay, this is the value. Now we have declared a variable here with the keyword x, and we gave this variable a name. This is the name of the variable x, and this variable has a stored value, a data called 6. Okay, does it make sense? If you're looking at this, by default variable in Rust are immutable. Okay, by default variable in Rust are immutable. Immutable means that you can't change the value of it. Okay, you can't change the value of, you can't change this data here in Rust. Okay, by default this is it. You can't change the value of this, and you can't actually do anything. This is just constant. This is just how it is, and so you cannot try to modify this data here, or to change this to 7, or to change this to 5. And so let's just show a very basic example. So let's say that you want to give this x equal to 7. Okay, already it's showing us a quickly line. Print ln. Let me just copy this at the same time. But then just rewrite some things. So the updated value of x is, so cargo run. So let's open this up where to see or show us the. It said that cannot assign twice to immutable variable. Okay, so I will explain this. I will explain this for much clarity. Now, imagine variables, immutable and mutable variables like a marker. Okay, let's assume that we are handed over two markers. Okay, and one is a permanent marker and the other one is a whiteboard marker. Okay, and the permanent marker is immutable. If you declare it, you can't really change the value. And so let's just say that you are given a permanent marker here, and you want to give one of your students, Clara, a grade. You want to grade Clara. Okay, let's just use the let keyword. Remember, the let keyword is what we use to declare a variable. Okay, so we say let Clara have a grade of 7. Okay, you have given Clara a grade of 7. With your permanent marker, you gave Clara a grade of 7. Okay, and you still print ln Clara, your grade is is 7. Okay, your grade is 7. So if I print this, it should successfully print. Okay, if I run this, so we say that this is it here. Clara, your grade is 7. So using permanent marker, we can actually run this. Okay, so let's say you're still using the same permanent marker, and for some reason Clara told you that, oh sir, we ran into an error, and we noticed that there was a place you didn't mark, or there was an issue somewhere, and so we want you to change this grade. So you cross-check the whole result and notice that there was an error. So you want to still use the same permanent marker and change the grade of Clara to maybe 10 or 11 or 5. Okay, so let's say Clara equal 5. Okay, so you want to change the grade of Clara to 5. So this is it. Clara, your upgraded grade is 5. So this will throw an error, and we all know why. Because by default, variables are immutable, and so using a permanent marker to declare this is an analogy. So using a permanent marker to declare this, you can't really change the value, because permanent marker as the name implies, is permanent. It's like using writing tattoo on your body is permanent actually. Okay, you declare something on your body with a tattoo pen, it's irreversible. Okay, so by default we can't change Clara's grade because we use permanent marker. Remember, you are handed over two markers, whiteboard marker and permanent marker, and so you now wanted to now give, let's say you wanted to give Mercy. Let me just leave this. I'll just name this mutable variable. So you wanted to give Mercy, I don't know if I spelled this variable. It look like I spelled it well. I don't know if I spelled it well. So you wanted to give Mercy her grade. So you still use let keyword. Let Mercy equal 5, and you print ln Mercy, your grade is 10. The grade is Messi. So now I'm using whiteboard marker to declare this. Let me just use this, write this here. Whiteboard marker. Okay, I wrote it well. Whiteboard marker to declare this. So now this is it. So for some reasons, Messi came back to me and told me, okay, or came back to you that is holding the marker, that's giving grace. Okay, see, so and so, as like there was a mistake here and there, and you investigated and noticed that it was true. You want to now change the grade of Messi. What Because you're using a whiteboard marker, it can be easy for you. Okay. Now, remember we are dealing with what? Mutable variables. Mutable means that you can change its value, but not the data type. Okay, so mute. Mute here helps you to modify a data in a variable. Okay, so for this now, Messi have told us, oh, we found issue with this, so you want to change it, just write Messi equal to 10. Okay, remember there was no squiggly line here, so just print this out. So this will keep throwing errors. I just close it up. So you upgraded. So I just do cargo run. Yeah, so see it now. So this is it. Messi, your upgraded grade is 10. So we are able to change this because we added this mute variable here. Follow suit, guys. Follow suit, guys. So now what does it mean? This means that for us to be able to work with variables, and there are two things to consider: whether you want it to be mutable or you don't want it to be you want it to be immutable. So the immutability of it is actually a safe place to be, unless for some reasons you want to actually change a value. Okay, unless for some reason you want to change a value, you want to change a value in a particular variable. Okay, and now remember here, what we are doing is just to change this value. We are not changing the data type. Okay, take note of that, it will come in handy later. So now, having talked about this, what variable are, let me just do something here. So now remember, Clara is immutable. So to make Clara to be immutable, what we just do is just let this mute here, and now Clara, we can change this value. Does that make sense? So this will line up or not. And so guys, these are the key factors you need to know about variables. Okay, that variables are declared using the let keyword, and by default variables are immutable. Okay, and for you to make a variable to be mutable, to change its value, you must use the mute keyword before the name of the variable. Okay, and also you have to know that mutability is only applied to the values, not the type. So as I mentioned earlier here, is the value that you are trying to modify, not the type. Okay, and also if you're modifying an immutable variable, you run into an error the same way we ran into an error using Clara for our illustration purposes. So guys, talking about constants, what are constants? Constants in rows is a fixed value that cannot change throughout a program. Pay attention. Okay, what we'll be talking about this series is kind of looks like as if it's relating to each other, but they are not. They are distinctively different. Okay, so constants are in rows is a fixed value, okay, that cannot change throughout the program. Okay, and it must have a type annotation. Okay, constants must have a type annotation and can only be assigned to a value that is known at compile time. Okay, and you can think about constants as a birth certificate, okay, that is issued to you. Okay, and once a birth certificate is being issued to you, the dates inside it, the all the whole documentation inside it are constant. They cannot be changed no matter what happens. The idea is just that they are there, they cannot be changed. So you can think about constants as a birth certificate that was issued to you. So they are universally accepted. Is a universally accepted um principle or law. Okay, for instance, pi is a universally accepted stuff. So let me just give a very simple brief code here to illustrate what I'm saying. And constants are always written in capital letters. Okay, if there are more than one word, use underscore to write them. Okay, but they must be in capital letters, and they must have a type annotation F64. Just write along with me. We explain this in the coming video. Okay, data types. Okay, so this 3.14, I think, 159. So this just this is a general accepted universal um constant in mathematics. Okay, when you talk about pi, okay, in mathematics this is a constant. Okay, and also this also is a constant. Max, you're talking about max users. Okay, so there is a particular number of people you want in an event, or you want to use a product or something. Okay, you 32, and they are just 100. So this is just a system wide constant. Okay, in a system this is the limit you can go. Okay, these are when you can use constants. Okay, and if you print this, file, it will just to still print. Okay, so if you do print and this the value of pi is to statement. I'll just look at go run. So you said the value of pi is this, so I have print. So why this show the squiggly line is because we have not actually declared this anywhere. So see what is written is never used, so we not use this anywhere. So using this is that maybe you call it here something else, call it max users, and it will still show. So here pi is a constant because the value of pi never changes. Okay, since I was in primary school till now, the value of pi is still the same value of pi. Okay, and in this max user is a fixed limit that a program cannot modify. Okay, if I say that this is the limit we want in an equation, or this is the limit we want to receive this, or this is the limit we will go on this is the limit we go on this, so we won't exceed this, so this is constant. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Guys. And so guys, if you are talking about the key points you should get out from these cons are declared using the constant keyword. Okay, and they cannot be mutated after declaring them. So unlike mutables and immutables, you cannot actually mutate this. Okay, it's a constant variable as the name implies. Okay, and you must assign it a data type. Okay, it must have a type annotation, and must be assigned a constant expression and not a value computed at runtime. Okay, and is written in uppercase. And so unlike actually let's const are variables that are available globally. Okay, so what we mean by this is that you can actually declare this. So what it means that you can actually declare this here. So x, you can actually declare this out of this. What I mean by global is that you can declare this out of this. So I'll just duplicate this so that this will stop giving us that squiggly line, and just call it here and just use it. what I clicked was Alt Shift and down arrow key. I'm using Windows here to be able to duplicate this. So I just write max underscore users. So to just get rid of that squiggly line, the value of max users. I know. So this squiggly line should be off. And so if you still run this, it will run successfully. So this is it. Now this is running globally. And now, for instance, if you try to run this, now, if you take this out of this scope, Control X, and place it here, and I want to run it here, it will really show an error. It will be an error. So okay, see this squiggly line. It says that unexpected. Like expected an item was analyzed. Okay, so the one used for let keyword is let statement, which are used to introduce let state variable into the current scope as given by the pattern. So this is actually out of the scope. Cannot be used globally. Okay, unlike this, constant are used globally, and as the name implies, it should be used globally because they are constant and they can be used anywhere actually, and that makes a lot of sense for me. Okay, that makes a lot of sense for me. This is all we have to know about the constant variable. So let's talk about shadowing. And also shadowing in Rust is actually something that we can really understand if you really want to understand it. Okay, and our goal here is to make sure that you understand it. we will make sure you understand it. Okay, so shadowing allows you to declare a new variable. Pay close attention. You can mistake it with variables, but they are not. Okay, shadowing allows you to declare a new variable, okay, with the same name, effectively replacing the old one. Okay, so it helps you to create a new variable with the same name of a variable but different data type, different data value, different data. Okay, so imagine it as your WhatsApp. Okay, your WhatsApp profile, the name of your WhatsApp might be Guru or Clara or Skin or Melanin Poppy or anything actually. So this is the name of your WhatsApp profile, and you want to update your number. Then what you will do to change your number is to remove the old one and update it with a new number. Okay, with the same profile, with the same name. Okay, now you're not changing the name of your profile so that you can be able to change the contacts. No, it's still the same. You see the same contact, it's still the same profile, but you're not changing the value. You're changing the contacts. You want to change the phone number, you want to update the phone number from this to another one. And also, maybe let's say you wanted to also change, you don't like using phone numbers, you now wanted to change your phone number to an email address. Now remember, this is a transition. You are now transitioning from an integer, from a number type to a string type. So that's what makes shadowing much more interesting. So let me give an illustration to explain this. So let's say now we are still using this let keyword. You remember we said that let keyword helps us to declare, is the keyword we use to declare a variable. Okay, so let's say let name of your WhatsApp profile is Guru, and this is your contact. Let's say +234. The name of your contacts. Let's say 235916782. Okay, so this is the name of this is really the name of your your WhatsApp number. Okay, this is your WhatsApp number, your current WhatsApp number, and so you want to change your current WhatsApp number to, and you want to update this. Okay, so let me just do print ln current WhatsApp number. Okay, this is the correct WhatsApp number. I just search Google. So I will run everything when you are done writing. So now we want to update this WhatsApp number. Okay, we want to update this WhatsApp number with the same profile. Remember, this is still your profile, but we want to update this WhatsApp number so that we don't like this number again, or the number I've lost, or we've given the number out to someone else, but we want to change it. Okay, so changing it now means that we'll still take the same name, the same value, the same name, okay, variable name, but we can still change the data type. Oh, sorry, I'm sorry, we are just let's write code, please. So this is what you do. Let guru equal 2 6 7 8 9 10. So let me just write something. I'm just writing a random number. Okay, so we are changing this from this to this. Okay, so we just say guru updated his WhatsApp number. Guru updated his WhatsApp number. So Guru updated his WhatsApp number from this to this. So this is what we call shadowing. Okay, now let's now assume that okay, excuse me. Let's now assume that I really don't like using numbers again, and I want to use an email. Okay, now email will make me to transition from an integer, from a number type to a string type. Okay, now this is how it goes. Remember, it's the same variable name, now, and what we want to store is guru at gmail.com. So we just say guru change to an email. So we just run this at the same time and see if we have an error or not. So we had an error actually. So what was the error? Okay, Clara cannot be found, was not found. So let's just try as much as possible to remove this Clara. Where is Clara? Clara, where are thou? Okay, so this is here. I'll just comment you out and comment you out. Just / still talk about commenting in the coming videos. So just save and still run the same command line again. Can go run, and voila, this is it. So this was the current WhatsApp number of Guru, and Guru updated his WhatsApp number, and this is Guru's current email. He's now using a string. And so this is the beauty of using shadowing. Shadowing allows you to replace a value. Okay, you're not really modifying this value. Okay, like we are doing in what is it called, as we are doing in mutability. That's not really what we are doing here. We are replacing the value to something else. Okay, we are changing this value from what it is to something else, and at the same time we can still change its type. Okay, like this now we transition from an integer to a string, type, which you cannot do in a mutable variable. Okay, You can't do that. If you are trying to do that, you show an error. You cannot change from one type to another unless you're using you're shadowing a variable. Okay, so does that make sense? So the key difference for that stands out here between mutability and shadowing is that you can change the type of a shadowing variable, but you cannot change the type of a mutable variable. That's one of the key features that stands out. Okay, and also note that you can modify a mutable variable. Here we're not trying to modify the number. Okay, in WhatsApp you're not trying to modify your WhatsApp number. Modification is that maybe you're trying to edit it and add something. No, you're replacing it with another number totally. Does it make sense? You don't modify your number, you change the number to another number, and that's what we did here. Okay, and Ross actually ensures that this transition actually works very very well safely without modifying the original value. And so this is shadowing is shadowing this is shadowing this. And so if you comment out this print ln and this print ln and leave this one only, what we print out will be this last one, because this is what is being shadowed. So let me just do this. And this is it, because these two have been shadowed already, leaving you with this. Okay, let's assume that this one does not really exist. This one does not really exist. So what this will be shadowing this actually. Yeah, this is it. This is it. Why is showing this image? Because we are still using the same printed and that we use for this instead of this. So that makes sense, guys. And so some of the key things to notice to take out from the shadow is that they allow us to redeclaring a variable with the same name. Emphasis on the same name. Okay. The new variable replaces the old one but not modify it. As I mentioned earlier, the new variable can have a different type, like we still had here. We change this type from an integer to a string type. Okay, so guys, just a brief one. What are the importance of this? So the importance of mutability is that it enhances safety. Okay, mutability prevents unintended side effects such as reducing bugs. Okay, uh, and unexpected state changes. So you don't want something to change. You really don't want Clara's grade to change. It's fine and it's okay. And so immutability helps you to actually keep you in check. So that's why it is by default. Okay, so unintended changes that you don't want in your variable, you cannot actually change them. So by default is here, so there's no need of trying to struggle to make it to be unchangeable. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, and also knowing that a variable value remains constant makes it easier to understand and predict the program behavior. Okay, and also when you're talking about concurrent advantage of this, okay, immutable data can can be safely shared across threads, okay, without synchronization, and also it leads to more efficient concurrent codes. Okay, these are some of the benefits of using immutability. Okay, and the ones I know that should come handy now is the one of safety and understanding that this code, we are not expecting it to change or do anything in the future, and it also gives us that safety of not running into bugs and error issues. Okay, and also the benefits of using mutability is that it controls the state changes. Okay, explicit mutability ensures that any variable intended to change is clearly stated. Okay, and it enhances clarity in your code. Okay, and also I think that's one of the sweetness of Rust. Okay, explicitly stating with your right consciousness that okay, I want this thing to actually change, so I'm explicitly typing mute in my variable. to make this thing change. Just imagine that um mute is the default state and immutability is what you add. I think it will be much more difficult, because now you will be running into so many errors. Because let's just look at it. You want to change something, and sometimes you might not remember that this thing, the default state is mute, is that you can change it. You might not remember it. Okay, so you can run into so many errors. So I think that the structure is much more better than the mutability is the default state. And so if you want your variable, your data to change, you explicitly tell your compiler that I want this thing to change. Okay. And also Rust compilers enforce that immutability by default catches unintended mutations, okay, at compile time, okay, which also contributes to the overall code safety. Okay, so if you look at it, the structure of the variable actually helps you not to run into much code errors. And so if you're talking about the constants, so what are the benefits of using constants? So constants are globally accessible, which is very, very beautiful. Constants can be defined in a global scope, okay, making them accessible actually, and you can actually access them throughout your program, okay, without need of passing it around from one scope to another. And it can be stressful and it can be time consuming at the same time, and you can actually forget one or two stuffs. And so making it global is actually very nice. Performance optimization. So since constants also are evaluated at compile time, I think that they lead to performance improvement by reducing runtime computation. Okay, yeah, that's what I think that, yeah, it should. Okay, so if you're talking about shadowing, shadowing is also, it enables changes. Okay, you can change the type and also change the value, and it helps you to not to write a new variable name, and it promotes cleaner codes. Okay, so imagine that this guru you wanted to write, each time you write a new variable name and write a new stuff, it can be very hectic actually. And I know that because this code is simpler, that's why you think that it's not much, it's nothing. But if you write a very huge code, you know that this process is way much more easier than you think it is. Okay, and also it also allows for transformation of a variable, okay, a variable's value, okay, in a new scope without actually affecting the original binding. Okay, maintaining immutability where beneficial. Okay, that's what I think, guys. So this is all I have to say in this video. See you guys in my next section. Please remember to subscribe and like and share with friends. I'll see you guys in my next video where we talk more details on the core fundamental concept of gross programming language, as we are taking each step at a time journey to building an amazing project in the world of blockchain development. See you guys in my next video, guys. Love you guys, and please, there will be a link in the description that will urge you to join my Discord channel, Discord server, and do well to join and participate. Okay, it's actually new, and you joining is actually, you'll be at a more advantage state than others. Here you'll be getting new updates and value, and actually get to interact and ask questions. We have live sessions and stuff, plenty of stuff to talk about. Okay, guys, see you guys in my next video. Love you guys.